a crackdown on people living in RVs parked along El Camino Real near Stanford. KPIX5's Devin Feely live in Palo Alto with the people who say they're tired of getting chased off. Devin?
Yeah, the city of Palo Alto estimates that there are roughly about 4 dozen, about 50 RVs that routinely park here along El Camino, and the city is planning to do something about it.
From the air, from Skyzone 5, the scope of the problem is clear. RVs stretching as far as the eye can see down El Camino Real. But it's from the ground that the side and the unique challenge of the city's crackdown can best be appreciated.
The police showed up, 3 deep. They actually had one officer pulled in behind me. The other 2 officers blocked the road, whatever. Anyway, I thought I was in a safe spot because it said that there was no private property, no rules. It doesn't matter. Anyway, the cop was completely friendly. He said, "Yeah, you can't park anywhere in the city." And I wasn't trying to argue with them. I don't understand. What do you mean I can't park anywhere in your city?
Eric, you might know him as Nomadic Fanatic.
Says a divorce sent him into a downward spiral of drugs and despair. And when he finally got clean and sober 4 years ago, his family bought him this RV so he would have a roof, however modest and movable, over his head. Anyone, basically, who parks longer than 72 hours on El Camino could end up ticketed or towed.
All we're saying we're doing is enforcing an ordinance that requires somebody to move their vehicles. It doesn't mean that they need to completely move. I mean, we certainly understand that this is ultimately an issue about people, not about vehicles.
It's a great place. I loved it, but I was exhausted last night. Had to get in the RV, do some night driving. I drove about 22 miles.
The police department is partnering with social workers to see if they can help the people living in those RVs before displacing them.
If we go out and give people information about what the law actually says and explain the consequences of what could happen if they disregard the law, then we fully expect to gain compliance.
But many living in those RVs say the crackdown feels capricious, an attack on people without much in the way of money or option.
I'm not in a negative mood. I just, sometimes when stuff happens, it just kind of like completely piles up and everything happens at once. And actually, usually when I kind of, get told to leave somewhere, I'm not allowed to be somewhere, it usually just continues to happen all night. So I'm glad that this Walmart is okay with overnight parking. There's actually several RVs here, so.
Now, technically, the city law says that no one can park on the street in the same spot for longer than 72 hours without moving that vehicle a half a mile. So could some of these people just move up or back down the road a half a mile every couple of days? Certainly, but clearly the city is hoping that the crackdown will have a deterrent effect. In Palo Alto, Devin Feely, KPIX5.